stunning update on a story we first brought to you months ago at the beginning of the COVID crisis.
It was a story you might remember. A young, healthy nurse from Wellington died reportedly after she was exposed to COVID-19 at the hospital where she worked.
And this afternoon, CBS 12 News obtained a copy of the medical examiner's findings. And as Lexi Nall reports, that 33-year-old nurse never had COVID-19 at all.
Her death continued to be a mystery for her family and friends. How could a young, healthy nurse pass away one night in her sleep? Her husband immediately sounding the alarm about the dangers of coronavirus exposure for healthcare workers. In an interview with CBS 12 News back in April, an emotional David DiCenzo shared the heartbreaking news that his wife had passed away.
If you're young, if you show symptoms, don't try to fight this thing. It can get very serious very fast, and it'll take it, and you don't feel like it's taking the life out of you.
DiCenzo was sure his wife had been exposed to coronavirus at the hospital in Hialeah where she worked. Tested for COVID-19 on March 23rd, Danielle's results were inconclusive, so she quarantined, battling a cough and fever at home in Wellington. David says she was starting to feel better until the morning she didn't wake up.
Once I touched her, it was, she must have been gone for a couple hours, but she looked like she died in her sleep. So, it's like the oxygen just got taken out of her.
We can't be sure whether Danielle was struggling to breathe in the end, but her autopsy is clear. She was never infected with the coronavirus. A kidney infection took her life. CBS 12 News did consult with a doctor today who told us that some of the symptoms of coronavirus and kidney disease can be similar, including fever, chills, and body aches. For now, reporting in Boca Raton, I'm Lexi Nall, CBS 12 News.
That video was just one of hundreds, and you're not going to find the truth out there anyway. You're going to have to get on and find people like me and people like you that along with this video. People that have little emblems here and there and across is because they don't want you to share their videos, or they want the recognition for whatever it's like the truth doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if you get the truth out or not. And I always thought that about the tags on their videos and stuff like that. I'll never put one on mine. You can share all you want. A couple things I wanted to bring up is they don't care about the truth. That bomb that went off in Beirut the other day, after that happened, the UAE, a bunch of warehouses caught on fire, and in Brussels, the World Trade Center caught on fire too. So there's like 3 different countries in, 2 days? 3 days at the most? And if you know people in need, you need to help. The people that are already poor, they're starving them out. They're starving them out. Do some good. Take somebody a box of food. I wouldn't say take people money, but a gift card from a grocery store would help a lot. I hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to try to make 2 tonight. I hope you enjoy both of them. And there's my governor.
State Health Department's coronavirus data is being called into question again. This time it's due to a number of labs processing COVID-19 tests, reporting 100% positivity rates.
CBS 12 News' I-Team reporter Danielle Wall explains how it's making the overall positivity rate appear higher.
I spoke to 2 experts at Florida Atlantic University who have been digging through the state's data, and they showed me 98 labs reporting only positive test results today. The labs are supposed to be reporting both positive and negative test results so the state can accurately assess the positivity rate across the state. When you compare the number of positive tests to the total number of tests, that shows how much the virus is spreading in the community. But if these labs fail to report their negative results and only disclose the positives, it skews that positivity rate higher. The labs in question are smaller ones, so their tests will not dramatically change the overall percentage, but it does call into question how well the Department of Health is checking the data it collects and reports back to the public.
But what they've done is wreck the public trust in the Department of Health's data and their statistics and their daily report, so that when you lose the confidence of the people, then it sort of it ruins your message, and it's very dangerous when the people don't trust what the government is telling them.
Earlier this week, Governor DeSantis acknowledged this reporting issue, and he said the State Department of Health is working to correct it. Danielle Wass, CBS 12 News.
COVID-19 crisis, a new record, 173 deaths in the state of Florida and more than 10,000 new cases overnight. Meantime, the United States just surpassed 4 million cases.
After trending down for the past couple of days, the percent positives are going in the wrong direction in all three major South Florida counties. Palm Beach County is at 11.3%, while Broward County is at 14.1%, and Miami-Dade County sits at 18.5%. New questions tonight about the accuracy of the death count after the CBS 12 News I-Team uncovers several cases of people listed as COVID deaths, but clearly died from something else.
I-Team reporter Danielle Wall has more on those discrepancies and the changes that the medical examiner's office is now making after our investigation.
A 90-year-old man who fell and died from complications of a hip fracture. A 60-year-old man dead from a gunshot wound to the head. These are some of the deaths in Palm Beach County recently and incorrectly labeled as COVID deaths in medical examiner records. The I-Team reviewed a copy of the Palm Beach County Medical Examiner's COVID death spreadsheet. It has 581 deaths listed. All of them tested positive for COVID-19. But CBS 12 News noticed 8 cases in which the person died of something completely different, like Parkinson's or a neck fracture, and COVID was not listed as the cause of death. We wanted to know why they were still being listed as a coronavirus fatality.
I think it's completely misleading.
Rachel Eade has the same questions. She's a Palm Beach County resident reviewing the ME's records, and she found out of all of these cases, just 169 were listed as COVID-19 infections without any contributing illnesses. She thinks all of the others should be reported with more context, like comorbidities.
I understand that maybe they want to be safe in counting those numbers initially, but we are 4 or 5 months in, we have more information and we have that data. We need to remove the COVID cases that are not exclusive COVID, and we need to be giving people that information.
Governor DeSantis on Fox News this morning said after an Orange County motorcycle crash was recorded as a COVID death, Florida's fatality count needs another review.
I think the public, when they see the fatality figures, they want to know who died because they caught COVID. If you're just in a car accident, and we've had other instances in which it just was no real relationship that has been counted. So we want to look at that and see, how pervasive that issue is as well.
We took our investigation to the Palm Beach County Medical Examiner's office. Their operations manager took a look at the cases that we flagged and admitted they were errors. He says the staff is working to remove the erroneous deaths and says we should see an update in the next report that they release tomorrow. In West Palm Beach, Danielle Wass, CBS 12 News.
Okay, guys, slowly but surely it's coming out. And I search so you don't have to. I don't have time. Maybe you not have more time than me, but probably none of us has time with the way things are today. But slowly but surely, it's unfolding. And when they come out with the say no, just say no.